You get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. The Fayetteville Cumberland Youth Council says join them in celebrating Gotcha Back's 10 years of giving back. They are proud to partner with Gotcha Back as they celebrate 10 years of providing free book bags to the community. Stop by 725 West Rowan Street on Saturday, August 1st from 10 a.m. until noon to pick up a free book bag while supplies last. The Fayetteville Regional Airport says skip the wait and enroll in TSA PreCheck right here at FAY. From August 25th until 28th, Fayetteville Regional Airport is hosting a TSA PreCheck enrollment event in partnership with IDEMIA. Getting started is easy. You apply online, you enroll in person. Visit Fayetteville Regional Airport for your appointment to complete your enrollment, including fingerprint and photo capture. You'll get your known traveler number. That's what you use to know you have TSA PreCheck, and you normally get that in 3 to 5 days. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
With high pressure building over the area, we'll see drier conditions today and Friday. Temperatures will be comfortably warm this afternoon. We're a bit warmer on Friday. Better chances for showers and storms return to end the weekend. We're clear this morning with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. By this afternoon, we'll see lots of sunshine, and highs will reach the mid to upper 80s. We're a bit warmer at around 90 degrees on Friday, and we'll see plenty of sunshine. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
This edition of your local news and weather is brought to you by Fayetteville PWC.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
Hey, you looking for your next car? Start at Bryan Honda, 4104 Rayford Road in Fayetteville. At Bryan Honda, we make buying a car simple, stress-free, and affordable. Whether you're searching for a brand new Honda or a quality pre-owned vehicle, we've got a huge selection to fit every lifestyle and every budget. From fuel-efficient Civics and Accords to family-friendly CRVs and Pilots, Bryan Honda has the perfect vehicle waiting for you, and with our friendly, knowledgeable sales team, you'll never feel pressured. Need financing? No problem. Bryan Honda works with multiple lenders to get you approved fast with competitive rates that make sense for you. Plus, our certified service department is here long after the sale, keeping your Honda running strong for years to come. Drive smarter, drive happier, and drive home today from Bryan Honda, 4104 Rayford Road in Fayetteville, or you can visit online, bryanhonda.com. Your road starts here. Nobody beats a Bryan Honda deal. Not now, not ever.
good morning to you back on this Thursday. And weather's gonna be a little warm today. A little warm yesterday. So, we're dealing with the heat. Again, the weather was down, the rain comes, and it was fine. And we really needed that. That was a drought. But anyway, excited about the weekend coming up. I mean, look, man, August 1st will be on Saturday. It's flying by. So we got some awesome things that are going to be happening, particularly with these schools. They're back in shape, and they're going to be doing what they're doing. And then you're going to have the high school. Man, I love some high school football. And particularly these little small towns, man, like St. Paul's, man, they be getting down, Fairmont, all of that. So we'd love to get follow that, track that. The NFL is going to be back. And now, look, we have our football pool. We're not gambling. We're just guessing games so that we can brag about it on Monday morning. So I'm looking forward to you participating again. I think we had almost 30 people last year. And the more the merrier. So we would love to have you in the middle of that if you choose to be with us. So just go to the WIDU website, I think, and we will, well, look, or you just call the station. We'll show you how to get into that. But I would love to have you in there. Particularly all you ladies. Guys are involved, but particularly all you ladies, we'd love to have you. We kid each other about our favorite teams. And so I know it's an overwhelming number of individuals out there that are Cowboy fans. I don't know what that's about. I really don't. I'm a Raiders fan. I'm down with Ice Cube and the other guys. So, that's where we are. But we look forward to having some more fun with that this year and hope that you would take the opportunity to participate and join us, and we have fun in that. Well, this thing with the data centers is still working itself out. City council members are out of town right now, and they are looking at some stuff up there in the D.C. area. They flew out yesterday, and so and that's where they are, and they're up there. And now I would say this right here. If you are a council member, and even if you are not in favor of data centers, I think that you need to go on these trips anyway so you can see what's being said. Because sometimes people say, well, I'm not for that, and so therefore I'm not going. I don't want to hear anything they have to say. I don't believe that's a good idea. I just don't. I don't think that's a good idea. So if something prevents you from going, I got that piece. But I feel like that everybody should be up there wherever they are in the D.C. area. They flew up to D.C. I don't know whether it was Northern Virginia or what, but I know that it's my understanding that Virginia has more data centers probably than anybody else does in the whole nation. And that might be understood because of the proximity that they are to the nation's capital and all of the Pentagon and all of the other stuff that's going on in that area. But again, though, my point is that I'm saying, look, that's what representative government is about. I feel like you kind of like need to be there to see what's going on. And so I don't know if any media went on the trip or not. I don't know all of the particulars, but I am assured that the information that I'm sharing with you now is accurate, that there were a number of council members that did make a trip to the D.C. area yesterday, and they're up there, and it is because they're looking at data centers. My mind goes back to what happened in 2010 when, we were having a serious discussion in this community about whether or not Sanderson Farms would be able to put a plant here, which I thought would have been a good thing. There were people that were saying, well, we don't want to be known for that. I got that. I think that's a little bougie. However, people needed jobs. And some of the people that were against it, they didn't go on these trips. And now this thing just moved right down the road to St. Paul's. I think that's Highway 20 that it's off of. But when I'm going south, sometimes I always like to drive through there just to take a peek to see what that looks like. There was a lot of economic growth around that plant, and also the things that they're accused of them happening never happened. There's no feathers, there's no smell, there's no anything. I mean, it is really just straight up professional. And so, but that's where we are. So, I'm just saying, look, we don't want to repeat history again doing the same thing. Look, let's take a hard look at this stuff, things that we need to do to improve our community, to bring more jobs here. And everything is not going to be a situation where somebody says, well, that's only bringing 70 jobs. That's only bringing 100 jobs. Look, bringing 1,000 jobs to this community, I mean, a lot of that's not going to happen. But if you can create, like with the situation with the drone company coming, 162 jobs with the average pay over $70,000 a year, that's good. That's a good drop. And we need more of those kinds of things. And again, this Ukrainian company, you guys heard the mayor and also Kirk Deviere, the chair of the Board of Commissioners, and Robert Van Giels were in with us on Tuesday, and they were talking about that. Look, we need to move forth with those kinds of things to try and make that happen, without a doubt, And I'm still going to be talking about our Tier 1 status. I mean, I hear these guys now. I'm not being negative, but, when I start talking about, well, the state changed this and that. Well, other people aren't in it. I mean, look, because there are 100 counties. And if 80 of those counties found a way not to be in a Tier 1 status, we should be able to figure it out too. Do you agree with that? Is that fair? So we don't want to be one of those approximately 20 counties that are in a low wealth status when it comes to the North Carolina Department of Commerce. So, we need to dig ourselves out of that and say, well, people say, well, you got the military, how they count them and all this other stuff and that. Well, so now, what are you saying to me? Are you saying to me that Fort Bragg, with the billions of dollars that they have out there and all of the federal contracts that they have, are you telling me that it is not an asset, that it's a liability? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. So certainly that has to be an asset. We just got to figure it out. Now, look, it's not for me to figure out because I didn't get elected in anything. And not only that, it's not for me to figure out because I don't have one of those 6-figure jobs in the city, working for the city or the county to be able to figure this stuff out. But we're paying somebody, and they should be able to figure this stuff out. That's what it's about. So we need to climb out of this Tier 1 status. And, I mean, Harnett County is growing. And the mayor was correct about this. The one metric that people are paying the closest attention to is that people are not moving here. They're not living here for whatever reason. I think some of it is that the stereotype of crime and things of that nature, yeah, that plays a part into it. But why is it that people don't want to live here? When you have Hoke and Harnett, I believe, in the last 10 years, their growth was up about 19%, and Hoke's growth was up about 17%, and Fayetteville, Cumberland County's growth was up 0.5%. So we want people to move here, we want people to live here, but we want a very robust economy, and we want people to feel safe about being here. So those are the kind of things that we're doing. But, I found some stuff out. I just asked some hard questions on Tuesday. Think about this. The average or the medium age for our community is 31. That's pretty young. 31 years old. 31. I mean, I don't know whether it says that it's been an overwhelming positive, or should we be looking at something different? I thought there was a lot of senior citizens here, but, I guess when you add it all up and you look at the numbers, the young people are the ones that, at 31 years of age, that is a pretty young population. So my question then to Van Gils and the other ones was about whether or not at 31, because people talk about building houses, these young people, I don't think they're going to be wanting to build new houses at 31 years of age. Now, when we were coming along, it's about becoming a homeowner and getting a family and starting this and blah, blah, blah. But, these young people now, they're moving fast. And they're not putting down their roots like that. So that's what we're going to do. And so that's what we're looking at. So at 31 years of age, yes, I don't know. I just don't know whether or not they're going to be doing that or not. But anyway, though, so we're looking at our growth. And we look at places like in Raleigh. I don't know if you guys have been to Raleigh lately, especially in southeastern Raleigh. They have these homes that they're not that wide, they just go up, and it's a number of those. And I've been seeing those over in Harnett County, particularly in the Dunn-Irwin area. If you drive over that way, they don't take up a lot of real estate, but they go up. I'm wondering, is that something that's going to hit us at some point? I'd like to find more out about that and how they operate, but that's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. But again, our economy and trying to grow it and get it to where it needs to be, particularly the relationship between the city and the county and the Robert Van Gils and his group and these people that are involved in the business industry is going to be extremely important. So I'm excited about that and look forward to them growing this thing to where they want it to be. Another issue that I want to talk about is the traffic stop data. Senator Larry Shaw, I don't know whether or not you remember him. He was one of our state senators going back to the 90s. And so they started looking at traffic stop data because the State Highway Patrol were increasingly stopping Hispanic immigrants, more so than other folk. Now, this was in the western part of the state, and they started tracking that data. And what we come up with, they call racial profiling. Now, it's not something new to the country. New Jersey, in particular, and a lot of other places, they were saying that law enforcement officers were unfairly targeting certain drivers and stopping them at rates much higher than non-people of color or regular citizens and not immigrants. So the General Assembly started a program where is that townships and cities with over 10,000 people, they had to report data to the state as to the stop data. Now, the stop data is the initial point is going to happen with the officer. So you stop somebody, they put down the race and their age and all those other particulars and why they stopped them and all this other stuff. And then they would move forward with that. Well, the latest budget no longer funds that. So as of July 1, that is no longer funded. And so we will not be collecting that data anymore right now, which is interesting, but, we'll see how it all plays out. There were some thoughts that some law enforcement agencies were not accurately reporting stuff anyway. I mean, how do you know? I don't know. It would have to start with the officer and whether or not that was a particular thing that they were doing. But anyway, that's where we are with that when it comes to the traffic stop data. And, we dealt with that here in our community here as well, which all of these things eventually led to body cameras, whereas that we could be more transparent and see what was going on with these officers. And these body cams actually protect people from both ways, so a citizen then could not inaccurately or tell a lie about an officer doing something that they didn't do. And also, we would know what officers were doing. So we had the body cams. Now, all of that led to that. Maybe because we have body cams, maybe that's the reason why they feel like they don't need to report that data anymore. I don't know why it was defunded. I'd love to know more about that, but all I know is that it was defunded. I personally don't think it was a good idea, but, it is what it is, and perhaps it will revive itself at some later point. Don't know about that, but that's where we are. We're coming up on a break now. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to be back, talk about a couple other things before we get to the top of the hour. There's some stuff going on in Washington, D.C. It's hot up there. I don't mean the weather either. Like I say to some of my friends, look, if you really want to know what's going on, watch these congressional hearings and see how they play out. Not necessarily what the news said about them. Watch it directly yourself. I remember being in high school when Watergate was going on, and, man, I was a senior in high school, and they rolled in old TV, man, bunny ear TV, and we were sitting there watching Sam Irvin from North Carolina. You remember him? And he was the guy. He was on stuff. Well, there's a lot going on now too, and we have a lot more avenues and ways that we can watch this stuff than we did before. Now you can watch it on your phone, watch it on your iPad, or watch it on your laptop, your desktop. You can listen to it on the radio. We didn't have the ability to do that back at that time, but now we do. And so it's going to be exciting. But I want to talk about what's going on with Dr. Fauci and those hearings. It's just incredible stuff that comes about. Now, somebody's going to say, well, why are we talking about this now? But I believe that it is okay for us to discuss this stuff now, really. Don't you want to know the truth? I do. I want to know the truth. And this whole thing of the voting disparities, whether or not there's cheating going on. Some people saying, well, there's not any cheating going on. Well, I don't know. And maybe some cheating going on. And I don't care what side is doing it. If people are voting that they should not be voting, this is what happens. If somebody shouldn't be voting and they're voting, you are a registered voter and you're an American citizen, they're canceling you out. That ought to matter to you. I would hope that would matter to you, because they're canceling you out. And those are the kind of things that, that need to be discussed. Now, I know some of my friends were talking about, well, Troy, we have the governor of New Jersey. She, as soon as they found out, they immediately came on and they discussed it. And it wasn't that many people that did it. And it was a software glitch. Well, check this out. The software people say not so. They say it's not true. Now somebody said, well, what do you expect them to say? Well, but still, shouldn't the news be reporting that the software manufacturer is saying that it's not them? So, I don't know who to believe. But the governor says that, oh, no, people getting their driver's license, and it was a software glitch, and it was automatically putting people, signing people up to vote when they didn't ask for it. That's their excuse. But the software person is saying, no, That's not true. It didn't happen like that. So who do you believe? Well, I don't know, but I feel like that the fact that the software manufacturer said it was not them, there certainly needs to be news that they're saying that. You know, why are they taking the lick on this? Okay, so that's my point. I'm just saying that, to me, I don't know how you feel about that, but that's how I feel about it. While I'm waiting for some other calls, you know, we're going to go to a break now. If you see us online there, you can give us a call inside of that conference line number there, and that way I can have everybody on at the same time. But anyway, we're going to a break, and our most able producer this morning, and that is Tammy Quick, hailing all the way from Scotland County. Anyway, we're going to be back for more following this.
Are you looking for an opportunity to serve the community? Become a part of the decision-making in the City of Fayetteville government and apply to fill an upcoming vacancy on our boards and commissions. You can apply now through July 31st by visiting fayetteville.nc.gov/boards. Click on the red apply button found in the middle of the page. Boards and commissions are a great way for residents to engage in their community and help build a greater Fayetteville.
You ever notice how most helpful information always seems to show up just a little too late? Like, oh, the deadline was yesterday. Or,
you know, you could have saved money if you'd done that earlier.
Timing matters. With smart timing, you can lower your energy costs by running appliances like washers, dryers, and dishwashers outside of peak hours. And by adjusting your thermostat just a few degrees higher between 3 and 6 in the afternoon, you can save even more. It's a simple shift that helps reduce strain on the energy grid, supports a more sustainable future, and keeps power reliable for everyone in our community. Because at Fayetteville PWC, we're committed to being environmentally responsible, dependable, and deeply invested in the place we all call home. Timing matters, and smart timing means savings. Learn more at startsaving@faypwc.com.
Ladies, it's your time to shine. Join Faith Tabernacle Christian Center for a weekend of ministry, fellowship, and fun during our Sisters Retreat 2026 in Myrtle Beach, October 2nd through 4th, hosted by Pastor Denise Goings. This wonderful retreat will take place in Myrtle Beach and will include transportation by a chartered coach to and from Myrtle Beach, 2-night stay at a luxurious oceanfront property, 2 meals, several life-changing seminars and workshops throughout the weekend by Pastor Denise Goings and others, t-shirts, door prizes, and much more. All this for the early bird rate of just $300 per person. In a double bedroom with a 2 or 3 bedroom condo, a deposit of at least $75 is needed to register. Registration is open until September 20th, but space is limited. So go online and register now. Don't miss this opportunity to get away and fellowship during this life-changing weekend for ladies only. To register, call 910-865-5252 or visit us online at ftccenter.org.
Dozens of changes and fixes to the state budget, as well as brand new policy, passed the state Senate on Wednesday, including new power grabs targeting Democratic Governor Josh Stein, backed by the Republican-led legislature. One of the provisions would kick Secretary of State Elaine Marshall, a Democrat, off the Local Government Commission. At the South Carolina funeral of Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican Governor Henry McMaster said Graham was a decent human being. Federal Reserve Board Chair Kevin Warsh says 3 members dissented from the decision to leave the key interest rate unchanged at their meeting yesterday. State health officials have launched a new tracking dashboard as North Carolina cyclosporosis cases top 700. The North County residents voiced concern last night about flock safety license plate reader cameras. Mike Rayleigh, NCI News.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. The Fayetteville Cumberland Youth Council says join them in celebrating Gotcha Back's 10 years of giving back. They are proud to partner with Gotcha Back as they celebrate 10 years of providing free book bags to the community. Stop by 725 West Rowan Street on Saturday, August 1st from 10 a.m. until noon to pick up a free book bag while supplies last. The Fayetteville Regional Airport says skip the wait and enroll in TSA PreCheck right here at FAY. From August 25th until 28th, Fayetteville Regional Airport is hosting a TSA PreCheck enrollment event in partnership with IDEMIA. Getting started is easy. You apply online, you enroll in person. Visit Fayetteville Regional Airport for your appointment to complete your enrollment, including fingerprint and photo capture. You'll get your known traveler number. That's what you use to know you have TSA PreCheck, and you normally get that in 3 to 5 days. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Good Thursday morning. We start your day with clear skies and temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. By this afternoon, we'll see plenty of sunshine, and highs will be comfortably warm in the mid to upper 80s. We're then mostly clear overnight and through Friday morning. Temperatures will drop to the mid 60s. We'll see more sunshine to end the week. Highs on Friday will reach to around 90 degrees. We'll reach the upper 80s to around 90 on Saturday. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
Pastor Teresa McAllister and Rafa Ministries Family Center welcome you to our 2026 Family Summit this summer, Saturday, August 8th at Cliffdale Recreation Center from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with lunch served. The theme this year, Choose Life. And we're offering our fan talks to support you in every area of life. Leaders, vendors, community professionals will be presenting from topics such as mental health, physical, financial, spiritual, and relational health. In addition, our Summer Camp Kids Choir will be featured as our performing artists. It's going to be an amazing event for the whole family. Text 843-209-6848 for more information. Or if you'd like to attend, or even to consider becoming a sponsor. Again, text 843-209-6848 for more information. Hope to see you there.
As the summer heat churns on, the Fayetteville Fire Department would like to remind you to stay cool when possible. Take extra breaks when working outside, and always stay hydrated. Some people don't think about it, but if you're only drinking water when you're thirsty, you're doing it wrong. Signs of heat injury can sneak up on you, so stay cool, stay hydrated, and stay safe, Fayetteville.
If you've been injured in an accident due to the negligence of others, you need an attorney, true and tried, that will ensure that you get the result that you deserve. Call attorneys Candace McKnight in the area of Chapman at the Rogers Building. Attorney McKnight and Attorney Chapman have years of experience with positive results. Call them at 910-433-0833 at the Rogers Building, 111 Purchase Street.
With high pressure building over the area, we'll see drier conditions today and Friday. Temperatures will be comfortably warm this afternoon. We're a bit warmer on Friday. Better chances for showers and storms return to end the weekend. We're clear this morning with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. By this afternoon, we'll see lots of sunshine, and highs will reach the mid to upper 80s. We're a bit warmer at around 90 degrees on Friday, and we'll see plenty of sunshine. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
And we're back now inside of the morning show on this Thursday. Hope you're tuning in. Thank you so much for being a part of our Widu family on this Thursday. Man, this last Thursday in July. Time is flying out of here. It's going to be August on Saturday. Weather is hot. And, I don't know if it's going to be hotter in August than it was in July, but, man, it was a scorcher. A real scorcher. Like I was saying, what's going on Capitol Hill now is interesting to me. I would think it would be interesting to most folk because you remember this pandemic, this global pandemic that we came out of. More information is coming out about it now. Okay, Dr. Fauci, that's the main guy. You remember he was the guru to this shots we're taking, and first they said that if we took the shot, it would prevent us from getting it. But then they said if we took the shots, it was just that if we did get it, it would lessen what it would do to us. I think without a doubt, we know that a lot of people did lose their life behind this, though, which is why I feel like that congressional hearings are fair, and they need to be doing what we can know so we can know what happened, number one, so it won't happen again. That's my issue with that. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. So Dr. Fauci, before Biden leaves office, to my President Biden, he pardons him. Okay, why is that a big deal? Okay, see, it works like this. Typically, a person is pardoned after they commit a crime and they are convicted. Typically, what happens is that you don't have a situation where they are pardoned and then they haven't been convicted of anything yet. But what the president did, President Biden at that time, he pardoned Fauci for crimes that may have been committed, and the block of time was at the beginning of the pandemic to the time that he left office. Okay, why did he do that? Don't know. That's why they're having these hearings. So the hearings have started, and yesterday, Dr. Fauci comes in with not just one lawyer. He comes in with a team of lawyers, about 6 or 7 of them. And they're asking them these questions. Now, at the congressional hearings, they're saying, look, you can talking about Fauci, but your lawyers, they're not going to be talking for you. And they asked them to remain behind this yellow rope. Well, one of the lawyers, oh no, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna sit beside him. Okay, so he sat beside him. He said, but nobody's saying that you can't talk to your lawyers and that your lawyers can't advise you what to say. But what happens is, every time they ask Dr. Fauci a question about this, the whole thing with the coronavirus. Now, the coronavirus has been around for a long time, okay, that they know of, okay. But the thing was, what it turned into was something deadly. Now, I think that we need to know. I hope that you need to know. There was governmental funding. In other words, your tax money was being spent in China, and they were dealing with this coronavirus. And it appears now that first they were saying that it came out of this thing where they was making some type of a monkey soup or something like that. But this place was a half mile away from this lab. But now they are concluding that it did come out of the lab. Came out of the lab, but not only that, we paid for it. Your tax money paid for it. But now this global pandemic that has killed all of these folk, and I'm telling you, I lost friends to this. I want to know. And I know you maybe have lost someone too. Don't you want to know? Do you want to know whether or not this was a government-funded project that got out of hand and that virus came out of that lab and killed all these people globally? Yes, I want to know. Well, let's talk about what we do know. That the virus started there, what's that, Wuhan, if I'm saying that right, China. And then, because China had a relationship and sent some people to Italy, the virus went to Italy. Then the Italians, I'm talking about how it got to us now, flew back into New York, and some of them went to the West Coast, which was where our initial infection showed up. And I mean, the impact that it had on the global economy, schools being shut down, businesses being shut down, it was incredible. And it appears that it may have been something that was man-made. And we were the men that made them. Talking about Americans. So that's what they have Dr. Fauci in these congressional hearings about. So now they're asking him questions. And yesterday, he pled the fifth. The fifth meaning that I'm not going to say anything because it may incriminate me. 100 times. So he doesn't want to say anything at all. Okay. You got that piece right. But see, here's the problem. He's already been pardoned. So actually, there's nothing for him to fear when it comes to him answering questions. Nobody can put him in jail. President Biden makes sure of that. So why doesn't he want to answer the questions? Because he doesn't want us to know what he did. It's about his legacy. Now, he can be charged now because you understand, once you've been told, well, look, you can't go to jail for this. However, you need to answer these questions. Now, he could be charged with another crime, which would be interfering with this investigation, which something that he could go to jail for. But I think he should answer the questions. Don't you? Do you believe that he should answer the questions? Tell us so we will know. And everybody that lost a loved one, that your friend died, your loved one died, some of you all's businesses were shut down, all those things. Tell us the truth so we will know, Dr. Fossey. Just tell us. Because we have a right to know. And this is not partisan, guys. It really isn't. And I mean, I would hope that you would want to know what the truth is regarding this. But that's what's going on. I mean, it just, as folks say, that's a mess. Because it really is. And it's just not a good situation. However, you know, that's what happens when we get in the middle of these things. But that's why I like these hearings. Some people like to watch the news. No, I don't like to watch, especially traditional media, because they tend to want to slant things and, you know, they want to report something. They don't want you to watch it live for yourself. I like for you to watch it live for yourself. Let's watch this stuff live for ourselves. Well, it's not a lot to watch now because every time they ask him a question, he's saying, I'm pleading the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth. 100 times he said this. 100 times. Wow. All I can say is that, you know, this is bad. This is real bad. So this morning, and this is CNN news report this morning. Now, this is political, but I just want to know how you feel about this. 1/3 of the Democrats say that they are socialists. Yep, socialists. Now, Google it for yourself, but exactly what is a socialist? And what's the difference between a communist and a socialist? The one difference there's a difference between a communist and a socialist is who owns everything. Socialists believe that everybody should own everything. Okay? But now, socialism has never worked anywhere. I mean, nowhere has it ever worked. It's never worked. Communism, same thing. These things do not work. But 1/3 of the Democratic Party, according to a CNN, and you know, and some of you all live by what they say. I mean, it's like y'all's Bible. They said 1/3 of Democrats self-identify as socialists. Now, what that means is, hey, look, everything is even. It's even Steven. And we have a little bit of that going on here. We do. You know, I would agree with some of the political speakers when they talk about this. Look, why should I work hard for what I have, and then you don't have to work hard for anything, and then I got to give you what's mine? Do you agree with that? Now, I mean, I just don't agree with that. Isn't it somewhere even in Scripture that says if you don't eat, you don't work? I mean, if you don't work, you don't eat? I mean, that is the bizarre thing to this whole thing to me, that there are people out there, and so we got these people saying, oh, no, it's about the homeless. You got to do this, you got to do that. And I remember I was talking to this one guy, and I'll leave his name out if you know him, and he's talking about those little tiny houses. Look, they're living in tents. And look, I'm not against that because, look, I had a homeless kid in my home for 5 years, and I didn't get not one dime from the government and didn't ask for it. So it's not like I'm not favorable to that population of people. However, you know that people that are homeless, yes, some of them fell on hard times, but the majority of these people out there that are homeless, and I believe that the statistical data will support this, they're on drugs or they have some type of mental health issues going on. Those are the two categories that's going to load up with people that are homeless. But you got to look out for the rest of us too. You know what I mean? It can't be just the homeless. And that's what they run on. Well, we need to do this for the homeless. We need to do that. Look, even Jesus said, the poor you're going to always have among you. Really. He said that. So there were beggars, Bartimaeus in the scriptures. There were beggars then. I'm not talking about now. People standing on, which is illegal, standing on these traffic islands, and they're up there and they're holding stuff up and saying, hey, look, help me out. That's what they're saying. But look, what about Bartimaeus? Jesus goes into Jericho and then he's coming back out. So, man, I don't know. Scripture doesn't say, but, Bartimaeus was by the road. He was blind, terrible situation, indigent, the words we use now, unhoused. And he was screaming, hey, son of David, help me. And the folk were trying to say, man, be quiet. And he was like, look, you're not blind, I'm blind. So he gets louder. Jesus stops, and the story, gets healed. Then he starts following Jesus. But people that are marginalized, I believe is a word we use now, that are out there that are in need of help, it's been that way forever. Okay? Now, he was blind, but still, they're blind people now, spiritually blind, but still, they're blind people now too. But my point is that we're always going to have these kinds of situations, and now what do we do about it? So, see, this is how I think that we are self-defeating. If we don't want jobs to come here, if we don't want the wealth to be created, then, you're going to have people that are negatively affected by poverty. That's right. By poverty. See, this is what I don't understand with some of them people. Look, the opposite of poverty is wealth. And some of these folks say, well, we got to look out for these folks. But look, when a politician is giving money to somebody and they aren't ever able to climb out of the hole that they're in, something's wrong with that, y'all. I don't see how you can't see something's not wrong with that. They got to be able to climb out of the hole that they're in. And there's a segment of politicians that are saying, oh, no, we got to look out for the poor and the downtrodden. Well, do they remain poor and downtrodden for the remainder of their lives? Or are they able to climb out? But when there's generation after generation after generation of people that remain in poverty, there's something wrong with that question. It's something wrong with that equation. And it is. So, but they just look out for the rich, the people with the money. Well, hey, look, the super rich, that that's another category. I mean, these people that have billions of dollars, 1 billion is 1,000 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of money. So if you if you a $500 billion person, that's just incredible wealth. That's just insane money. But most of the people that are carrying the weight are the people in the middle. Right. People making maybe $50,000, $40,000 a year, household maybe $100,000, and you probably might go up to maybe $250,000, maybe $500,000. But if you make $500,000, that's not a whole lot of money. It's more than I'm making, but more than I have. But still, that's not a whole lot of money now. It's not. It's not. You know. When you're rich, you don't have to get up and go to work. If you got to get up and go to work, you're not rich. That's the way it is. Okay? So my point is, these socialists, what they want to do, they want to take what you have and give it to somebody else. That's right. Now, I'm talking about, and there's some other things that they're doing too. Do your own research. They say that, look, we shouldn't have prisons. Okay. We shouldn't have police. No police. Okay. Now, look, I'm for being fair, but do you really want to live like that, where there are no police and no prisons? I'll admit, some people don't belong to be there. They don't belong to behind bars, but there's a lot of people that belong behind bars, and thank God for prisons. I'm telling you, because it's dangerous out there. I mean, some of these kids, man, you see this stuff in the media, they will kill you and sit around and laugh about it, and especially prey upon old people. I mean, that's not a good situation. That's not a good situation at all. No. So what are we going to do? Capitalism, and they look at capitalism like it's an evil thing. It's evil. Capitalism is evil. These people are just getting rich. Well, it sure beats being on the other end, cause it's about goods and services, right? I know the price of everything is going up, but it's been going up my entire life. Look, I had my first car that I bought was a Volkswagen Super Beetle. Brand new. I paid $1,995 for a brand new car in 1974, I believe it was. 73, 74, one of those. Think about that. A brand new car for under $2,000. Look, that car right now, if I were to go buy the old car, the old version of that car, it would cost me about $5,000 or $6,000. It would be 3 or 4 times the value now. I mean, some of y'all remember that when you could buy a candy bar for less than 10 cents? Gas was 25 cents a gallon. I mean, inflation. That's what happens. But I believe that we got to roll with the punches. That's the way things are. There's no need of trying to fight that. But I don't believe that giving up. No, I'm not in agreement with giving stuff away. No, I'm not. Nope. I'm not in agreement with giving stuff away. Now, Joseph, back to the Bible again. He was the steward of Pharaoh's resources. But when Pharaoh, he had the dreams. I have to explain that. All y'all Bible people know what I'm talking about. Joseph comes in and says, look, man, you got to save up stuff for 7 years because it's going to be 7 years of things that's just going to be hard. The whole world was in bad shape. Everybody was coming to Egypt to buy food, to buy grain, to survive. But guess what? They were buying it. They were not giving it away. They were not giving it away. No. They were buying it. So evidently, Joseph was a capitalist too. He told Pharaoh what to do regarding that. So yes, there are some tough things going on in America, but we can do better. The main thing we can do is that the folk that people like you that work hard for all that you have, you shouldn't have to give your stuff away to somebody just walking across the border. I know people don't like that, but I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Nope. Open borders, all this other kind of stuff. It's insane. And people are just saying, oh, no, we got to do this. We got to do this. So, but that's where we are. And I think that we'll be able to climb out of this, no doubt about it. So, yeah, I figured that. I thought my friend who's in Tennessee was going to call in. I figured I just saw a text. I should have told him that Tennessee time is not our time. But look, the last point. How you feel about them stopping this bouncing time back and forth? Please stop this. Stick with one time. Daylight saving time and all this. No, Eastern Standard Time. Let it remain there. Just let it remain there. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, appreciate you so much. We're getting ready to get out of here. Stick around for the rest of the day. Great programming today on WIDU 1600 AM 99.7. Thank you for being with us on today. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, Jay and DL will be back with us on tomorrow. And there's plenty to talk about. And you'll have much talk on Fridays. Is a strong talk day. But anyway, you guys, we love you. Have a great day.